n'est pas fou, il aime ses tout, il la voit partout, il attend debout, debout, une rose à la main, non, non plus rien ne le retient. Il n'est pas fou.
In the new episode, after saying goodbye to the villagers, Wang Ping and Wang Lin left the village. On planet Ranyun, a father and son wandered across peaks, rivers, and seas, shaping not the body, but the soul. Wang Lin guided his mortal son Wang Ping through 8 years of relentless travel, climbing mountains that pierce the sky, crossing roaring rivers, and sailing vast oceans filled with lightning, whales, and mirages. Through hardship and freedom, Wang Ping's spirit evolved. The weakness of his body gave way to an unbreakable will, and the resentment buried deep within him slowly faded. Father, I will spend my life accompanying you. Even in death, if there is reincarnation, even if we are no longer father and son, I'll never forget you. In the river, Wang Ping's voice was very determined. By the time they returned to Qilian Mountain, the childish boy had transformed into a determined young man, his soul vast enough to embrace the world. Standing atop the peak, amid clouds, rain, and a fleeting rainbow, Wang Ping felt that no mountain could compare to his father, whose presence seemed boundless, like the sea itself. Under Qilian Peak, Wang Lin looked at the mountain village far away, and asked, "Don't you want to look?" Beside him, Wang Ping shook his head and said, "Not going." Wang Lin didn't speak anymore, and stepped toward the mountain's peak. Wang Ping chased after his father, and laughed. "Father, back when I was a child, I once heard people say that Qilian Peak has celestial clouds. They said that just sucking one mouthful would make me immune to sickness for 10 years. I have always wondered when father would bring me here." Wang Lin faintly smiled, and gently looked at Wang Ping. This father and son duo gradually reached the peak of this tall Qilian mountain. Countless clouds floated at the peak. It was as if they were stepping on the clouds. Wang Ping took a deep breath, and then looked at his father. The thunder and rain passed by. The father and son on the mountain peak calmly watched it all. This rain seemed to fall everywhere, but none of it landed on their bodies. But that moment of peace shattered, when a cultivator flew past on a sword. A middle-aged man was standing inside the swordlight. As he flew by, he immediately spotted Wang Lin and Wang Ping at the top of Qilian Peak, and was surprised. For a mortal to climb up here was not normal. It required great determination. He revealed a look of admiration, but didn't stop. Seeing this ignited a longing deep within Wang Ping's heart. Watching the figure disappear, he finally voiced the question that had lingered within him. "Father, is that an immortal?" Wang Lin sighed, and replied, "Yes." After a long silence, Wang Ping gathered his courage and asked, "Father, can I really not cultivate?" Wang Lin only shook his head. Though he said nothing more on the mountain, the question returned during their quiet journey by carriage. Breaking the silence once again, Wang Ping lowered his head and whispered, "Father, I want to cultivate." Wang Lin, still gazing outside, answered calmly, "You are not suited for cultivation." Unable to accept it, Wang Ping asked, "Father, why?" Yet Wang Lin gave no explanation, only looking at him with the same quiet gaze as years before. In the end, Wang Ping lowered his head and softly said, "I understand, father." Inside the quiet carriage, an unspoken weight lingered between father and son, as Wang Lin hid the truth behind his refusal, a burden only he understood. Wang Ping, sensing his father's silent sorrow, could no longer endure it, and softly said, "Father, I was wrong." Wang Lin turned, offering only a gentle smile, without words. Their journey soon brought them to Vast Water City, a place alive with noise and movement, unlike anything Wang Ping had ever seen. After leaving the carriage, they soon entered a lavish restaurant. They sat by a window, as food and wine were served. Wang Lin drank quietly. Wang Lin put down the wine and calmly said, "From now on, we will live here. First we will need to buy a house." Wang Ping admired the bustling world, saying, "Dad, this place is pretty good. After spending so much time on seeing mountains and rivers, I felt like I suddenly entered the world when we came into this bustling city." His words, however, drew mockery from a nearby table. A young man sneered and said, "This silly boy is interesting. It's his first time entering Vast Water City, and he starts spouting nonsense, like being accustomed to seeing mountains and rivers, and his first time entering the world. Nonsense." The woman beside him frowned and questioned him. "Is it funny?" He replied, "Junior apprentice sister Qing Yi, why it is not funny?" The woman revealed a trace of annoyance and turned her head. His taunts grew sharper, as he added, "If his appearance was born on a woman, she would definitely be an enchanting girl. Unfortunately, it is on a male. Truly unfortunate, but for him to be a prostitute, he'd be pretty good." Wang Ping could no longer remain silent, and replied coldly, "What a good face. If it was born to a person, he would be very handsome. It's a pity it was born to a bastard. What a pity." The young man in purple's expression sank, but before he could speak, the old man at the table shouted, Since when could people like this come into the Jingya Xuan? No manners at all. Just let this old man teach you a lesson or two. He threw his chopsticks out like lightning towards Wang Ping. The woman beside them exclaimed. She stood up and was about to chase after the chopsticks. But at the critical moment, they lost all force and dropped harmlessly beside Wang Ping. Wang Lin's eyes were cold as he put down the wine and coldly stared at the old man. Wang Lin's cold gaze alone shattered the old man's composure, shaking his very soul and leaving him trembling, blood seeping from his lips as his core cracked under the invisible pressure. The room fell into stunned silence as the old man collapsed and struggled to recover. While the young man glared darkly and the woman stood frozen in disbelief, she never thought that such an event would take place. Amid the chaos, Wang Lin calmly spoke. I don't need you to teach my son, before lifting his wine and drinking as if nothing had happened. The old man collapsed on the ground, barely holding his cultivation together, as strands of green mist leaked from his body. While the young man in purple tried to threaten Wang Lin, saying, Didn't expect you to be a cultivator. Very good. On planet Ran Yun, since you offended the Sun family, that is the same as... But before he could finish, Wang Lin casually waved his hand and the young man fell, powerless on the ground. Qing Yi stared at the father and son. Realizing the gravity of the situation, stepped forward and respectfully said, Senior, it was us who were reckless. Yet Wang Lin ignored her, drinking calmly. The tension softened only when Wang Ping smiled and spoke gently. Miss, is your name Qing Yi? My name is Wang Ping. Is Miss also a cultivator? Wang Ping's smile made Qing Yi's face turn red, and she softly said, Yes, but Master has already said that before reaching the foundation establishment stage, I can't call myself a cultivator. Your name is Wang Ping, right? Today's matter is our fault. It's just, you guys should quickly leave. Just now, Master crushed the message jade. I fear someone will arrive soon. Even so, Wang Ping remained relaxed, chatting with her as if nothing had happened. Until three powerful elders suddenly appeared, led by one addressed as Ancestor Sun. Qing Yi quickly and respectfully said, Ancestor Sun. He withdrew his gaze from the ground, and then looked at Wang Lin and Wang Ping. Seeing the young man, the old man's eyes narrowed. He took a closer look and said, This child's talent is excellent, although his body is that of a mortal. However, his soul seems to contain the world and is filled with might. This kind of mentality is rare, even among cultivators. The situation escalated quickly when the injured old man cried out, Uncle, it was him who harmed me. Save me. After stabilizing him, the elder glared at Wang Lin and said, Your method sure is ruthless. Do you think my Sun family will just sit idly when they hear about this? But Wang Lin remained indifferent and simply said, Pinger, let's go. Wang Ping smiled at Qing Yi. When Qing Yi saw this smile, her face turned red. Wang Ping stood up and followed. As they tried to leave, the elders blocked their path, declaring, Let's finish speaking, then you can leave. Yet with a single step, Wang Lin released an overwhelming aura that shook their very souls, forcing even the strongest elder among them, who was at peak of the late stage of nascent soul, to retreat in fear. Without another word, he walked out, Wang Ping following closely behind. He turned around to smile at Qing Yi. Qing Yi's face became even more red. As they left, Wang Lin's calm yet domineering voice echoed back, just this once. Later, when Wang Ping curiously asked, Dad, do you know the Sun family? Wang Lin answered, I had some encounters with them. Your father promised to shelter their family for a century. Then with a faint teasing tone he added, That girl named Qing Yi isn't bad. Causing Wang Ping to blush for perhaps the first time in years. Wang Lin and Wang Ping bought a large courtyard house in the northern part of Vastwater City. After cleaning it for a bit, they settled down. At this moment, a huge commotion occurred in the Sun family branch in Vastwater City, due to Wang Lin's words. Since the Ran family's ancestor and Shanren ancestor had disappeared, the Sun family took over the Ran family's position on planet Ran Yun, due to Sun Shi. The influence of the Sun family loomed heavily over planet Ran Yun. In Vastwater City, and inside their branch hall, tension filled the air as the elders questioned those involved in the restaurant incident. One of the Sun family elders was a red-faced old man. He gently asked, This person really said that? The late-stage nascent soul old man confirmed. Junior definitely didn't hear wrong. That person clearly said, just this once. The elder's expressions turned cold. A green-robed elder sneered. It seems someone wants to provoke my Sun family. This person can cause a core formation cultivator's core to collapse with one gaze, and made 3 nascent soul cultivators retreat with one step. I fear he is at the soul transformation stage. Yet another elder dismissed the fear, saying, What about a soul transformation cultivator? Our Sun family's ancestor is still here, and there is also that senior that will protect us for a century. Not even the Huan family from Planet Thousand Illusion would dare to provoke that senior. With him around, our Sun family will not collapse. The red-faced elder spoke a second time. What is this person's family name? The late-stage nascent soul old man wryly smiled and said, I don't know, but it seems this outer family member talked with them, perhaps she would know. The red-faced elder's gaze fell on Qing Yi. Do you know? She trembled and replied, Junior doesn't know, only to be rebuked, as the elder growled, what guts. Still, Qing Yi bitterly lowered her head and insisted, Junior really doesn't know. In the end, the elder coldly declared, let's put this matter aside. I have already informed the family about this matter, and they will send a soul transformation cultivator to deal with this. As for this outer family member, since there's someone else in her heart, kick her out of the Sun family. This old man wants to see on what basis this person dares to say such arrogant words as just this once. On planet Ran Yun, no one dares to speak like this to my Sun family. Far away in the quiet Wang mansion, beneath the moonlight, Wang Lin and Wang Ping sat across from each other as the weight of unspoken truths lingered. Wang Lin finally said, Pinger, 19 years of ordinary life, 8 years of adventure, and next I'll give you 30 years of wealth. A person's life contains joy and sorrow. You should know it all. Being rich and poor are also the same. After a long silence, Wang Ping asked, Dad, is this the compensation for not letting me cultivate? And Wang Lin answered, yes. Pinger, it is not that father doesn't want you to cultivate, but it's just, you can't cultivate. Wang Lin sighed in his heart. The sadness became even stronger. The pain between them deepened as Wang Ping continued, Dad, what is wealth? Prompting Wang Lin to respond, what kind of wealth do you want? With steady eyes, Wang Ping declared, Dad taught me that a person should walk against the heavens and not be pressured by the world. Meet a mountain, climb over it. Meet a river, go through it. Meet an ocean, cross it, and never give in to the world. Since father doesn't want me to cultivate, then I want to become supreme ruler amongst mortals. Wang Lin accepted this calmly, saying, if you want to, you can. But Wang Ping added firmly, I don't want to be a supreme ruler that is handed to me. I want to obtain it myself. Wang Lin simply replied, yes. He waved his right hand and a shadow walked out from behind him, and then walked into Wang Ping's shadow. With this, you can do anything on planet Ran Yun. Wang Lin got up. He didn't look back at Wang Ping as he walked out of the study. Alone in his thoughts, Wang Ping struggled with what he couldn't say, and could only silently ask in his heart, Father, you can give me everything, so why won't you let me cultivate? Ping doesn't want to cultivate for himself, but for the promise from back then, in order to accompany you forever. Father, you are so lonely. But why? That night, Wang Ping didn't sleep. While elsewhere the storm gathered. 3 days later, a person arrived in Vast Water City. He went to the Sun family branch. When the 3 elders saw who came, they all gasped and became even more respectful. Greetings, Vice Family Head. This person was Sun Qiming. Sun Qiming arrived and asked coldly, where is the person? Signaling that their peaceful days were about to be tested. The Sun family quickly traced Wang Lin's residence, and under the tense atmosphere, Sun Qiming personally led the group there. When one elder tried to complain, family head, that person is too arrogant, saying something like, just this once. To think someone would dare to say that to the Sun family. Sun Qiming immediately shouted, shut up, and coldly rebuked them. A small matter like this, and all of you made a big fuss about this. This person was already lenient, but you are all ungrateful. He warned them seriously. The Sun family is large and is #1 in planet Ran Yun. However, all of this was obtained at a miserable price. If you all remain like this, then one day you will bring a big enemy upon the Sun family. Yet Yun Wu Fang arrogantly said, Grandpa Sun, your Sun family has the protection of that senior. Even if the enemy is strong, I fear they won't dare to provoke you. Sun Qiming's eyes turned cold as he replied, little boy from the Yun family, this matter started because of you. Prepare yourself, for this matter might not be so easily handled. When they reached the mansion, Sun Qiming's expression was gloomy. When he saw the 2 words Wang Mansion, he frowned. When he entered Vast Water City, he scanned it with his divine sense and found nothing wrong. He had just scanned this place once more, and it was the same. After pondering a bit, Sun Qiming respectfully called out, the Sun family's Sun Qiming greets fellow cultivator. Shortly after, a small fellow came out, but the reply from inside was simple. Master ordered you all to leave. The red-faced elder scoffed, what a big attitude. Do you really think my Sun family is blind? And charged in. He closed in with 1 step and stepped directly through the door. However, just as his right foot landed, his face turned deathly pale. It was as if there was an invisible force coming from this mansion. It made his mind tremble, and he coughed blood. Sun Qiming's expression changed greatly. At that moment, he felt the aura of an ascendant cultivator. What shook him the most was that he was familiar with his aura. Realizing the terrifying truth, Sun Qiming quickly grabbed the red-faced elder and threw him backward. Sun Qiming immediately bowed and said, sorry for disturbing Senior's cultivation. Junior will leave now. Back at the hall, he warned everyone. No Sun family member is allowed to go within 1,000 feet of that mansion. Anyone who disobeys will have their cultivation wasted and will be expelled from the Sun family. Only he has the cultivation to cause a core to crack, with just one gaze. The green-robed elder looked at the red-faced elder, whose expression was ashen. The green-robed elder shivered, and asked, "Family head, who is that?" Sun Shiming coldly snorted and said, revealing the shocking truth. "You guys sure have guts to provoke him. You all should know that, senior. Even if the old ancestor was here, he would have to be respectful. It was all because of this person that the Sun family has what we have today." Could it be? Could that person be? The elder's heart trembled as he thought of a person. Sun Shiming stared at the old man and nodded. At that moment, fear gripped everyone as they realized the identity behind those words. Just this once. Meanwhile, even the purple-robed young man seemed to have realized something. He clearly remembered that the elder once told him that he must never provoke one person on planet Ranyun. That person was Su Mu. While feeling terrible, Yun Wufeng returned to his room in the Sun family's house. Qing Yi was sitting in his room with a pale expression. Her cultivation was sealed. Qing Yi was captured, and Yun Wufeng angrily shouted at her. "It was all because of you. If not for you, I wouldn't have provoked that Su Mu's son. It was all because of you." Qing Yi didn't speak, but her eyes were cold. However, the next instant, her eyes jerked wide open as she stared behind Yun Wufeng and revealed a look of disbelief. Yun Wufeng was startled. Just as he turned around, his vision turned black, and he fell to the ground. At that moment, Wang Lin appeared silently, causing Qing Yi to respectfully say, "Senior." Sitting calmly, Wang Lin said, "Your talent is pretty good. Spend a lifetime with Wang Ping, and I'll gift you nascent soul cultivation." Qing Yi trembled as Wang Ping's image appeared in her mind. Her face turned red, and lightly nodded. 3 days later, Wang Ping left the city with Qing Yi by his side, choosing his own path filled with ambition and challenge. Wang Lin, however, remained behind alone. That night, for the first time in over 800 years, he drank until he was truly drunk. Time passed, 3 years. During these 3 years, a sect appeared in the northern part of planet Ranyun. This sect was named the School of Heaven. Then 10 years went by, and Wang Lin aged visibly, living quietly while the world outside changed. A new force rose. The School of Heaven, rumored to be led by an immortal, with a woman always beside him. Sitting alone in an inn, Wang Lin listened to people say, "Have you heard that the School of Heaven now occupies a majority of planet Ranyun, becoming the #1 sect in the 3 empires? Heh, even our vast water city has a branch of the School of Heaven. I even went to see it a few days ago. My neighbor, Zhang is a member of the School of Heaven. They even hand out grain every month. However, I'm more interested in the relationship between the leader of the School of Heaven and the woman that always follow him." Wang Lin calmly drank his wine. It was as if everything he heard had nothing to do with him. His gaze fell into the distance. It was as if he could penetrate into the distance and see Wang Ping, who was middle-aged, but still filled with spirit. That's it for today's episode. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to see more videos.